I wanted to make a quick video to share with you about the heart activation that I experienced about 6 months ago. And this ties directly into the healing journey that Eliana and I are facilitating this Thursday night. All the details are in the description of this video, but basically it's called A Journey into Deeper Love, and it's designed to help you heal wounds of the heart and increase your capacity to feel and give more love. I mentioned in my last post that for most of my life, my heart was very closed off. And up until a couple of years ago, I didn't even know how to care about people, whether it was family or friends. And I think the reason for that is because I lived in such a negative and melancholy mindset and emotional space that my problems were always front and center. It was always about me. That's all I could focus on. And so it was hard for me to even have the awareness or the capacity to feel sympathy or compassion toward other people. And I definitely didn't feel compassion toward myself. I did not love myself. I didn't even like myself for most of my life. So I worked on that over, 7 years, changing the way I reacted to situations, learning to love myself more and care about others. But 6 months ago, I experienced one of the wildest things I've ever experienced, and that is the heart activation. I started having really bad chest pains and constriction in my throat area. And after looking into it and realizing it wasn't anything medical, I realized that it was something happening energetically. And this has kind of been a pattern in my life recently where if you've known me or followed me for any amount of time, you know that my specialty is using logic to change your thoughts and feelings by changing your belief systems. But what I found is we can overcome things logically or mentally, but when we first feel that jarring emotion, like if you feel grief or heartache, heartbreak, that imprint, or it leaves an imprint on your energetic body. It affects your cellular system, your nervous system. And ultimately, even if you've overcome something mentally, those wounds need to come out of the body at some point in order for you to be fully free of them. And so in September, I started having those pains. And then I was having nightmares about things that happened to me in past relationships, about being betrayed by other people. During the day, I would just randomly have visions, seeing myself in my most depressed moments throughout my lifetime. And I realized that my body was finally trying to let go of all of the emotional imprints of those experiences. And so I started coming up with different practices to release. I wrote letters to people who had hurt me in the past, where I finally got to say all the things that I wanted to say that I was never able to try to remove that constriction in the throat. And then I also, like seriously, for 2 or 3 hours a day, I would lay in bed listening to the same sad song on repeat, bawling my eyes out for like 2 or 3 weeks. And those practices definitely helped, but there were still some remnants of the pain and the constriction. And so one day I was meditating and asking, what else do I need to release? What am I missing? And I got the message, you don't need to release anything else, but your heart has now expanded to twice its size. And not the organ, but the energy field, the energy center. And now it's empty. And so you're feeling an ache because it needs to be filled with love. And again, me being super logical, I'm like, what? How does that make sense? But I kind of just went with it. And so I closed my eyes, I laid down, meditated, and I asked to be filled with divine unconditional love. And immediately I saw in my mind's eye this beautiful energy coming down from the heavens into my heart. And I saw my heart as if it was this empty basin. And the love was filling until it got to the very top and it started overflowing. And I kid you not, immediately the pain went away. And it was one of those like crazy, magical, supernatural experiences you can't really explain. But ever since that moment, I have just lived in this beautiful energy of love. And I always thought love was really cliche. I didn't understand why people said it was so important. And it's probably because I never really felt it. But every day I wake up in love with life, the fact that I'm alive. All throughout the day, I just notice things as if it's the first time I've ever seen them. I feel so much gratitude. I feel so much unconditional love toward my family, my friends, strangers, even watching shows on TV. I feel like this outpouring of love toward the characters and what they're going through. And it's just honestly enhanced my life in so many ways. It's also allowed me to attract so many beautiful manifestations. We actually manifest from the heart. And so now I look back and I see how, because my heart was closed off, I wasn't able to call in a lot of the things that I wanted. And so that experience, combined with reflecting on 2020, how we all went through some really difficult times, Ellie and I decided to create this experience called A Journey into Deeper Love to facilitate this process of releasing wounds from the heart, healing them so your heart can expand, and then filling up with that unconditional love so you can increase your capacity to feel and give love to yourself, to others, and just be in love with every aspect of your life. Having that love come from within instead of receiving it from outside all the time. And so it's not just 2020 that we've all been through really difficult experiences, from losing loved ones to even if it was a silly heartbreak in high school. In the moment, it was a heartbreak, even if you've overcome it mentally. And so during this journey, it's a hypnotherapy energy healing journey. It's going to be very powerful. And your mind is going to direct you to whichever wound from the heart needs to be healed at that time. So we hope that you can join us. We actually made the experience only $11.11 for, again, a full-blown hypnotherapy energy healing experience, because we think that everybody could use a little love and a little healing right now. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. And all the details, again, are in the description of this video, but it's this Thursday, February 25th from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific. So we hope to see you there. And yeah, again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.